Hello beautiful people, good morning, afternoon or evening wherever you are. It's Winnie here again in another video, and in today's video we're going to be learning how to make this beautiful exaggerated bow. It is very easy to make and it is beginners friendly. If this is what you would love to learn, keep on watching, like my videos, share with your family and friends. Alright guys, without too much talking, let's get to the audio of this video. Let's go. I love you. Hey beauty, welcome to my channel. I used about 2 yards of satin fabric for this, and I didn't finish it, so I just used about 2 yards of satin fabric, doll face satin fabric in particular. So the length of this fabric is 28 inches and the width is 30 inches. So that width is what we are going to be gathering to form the bow. And you know the bow is very big. So normally we use crinoline mesh for our bow, and it's this small. I've not seen a bigger one that can contain this, you know, this exaggerated bow. So that is why I'm using this ad net. I just feel it will work out, and trust me, it worked out. So it has the same texture as the crinoline mesh, and that is why I'm using it. I've used this main fabric to cut out the neck, and I only left out 1 inch. The net is 1 inch shorter than the main fabric in width. Alright, so this is the rope. The rope is also very long. The length is about 100 inches. It is 100 inches long, and the width is 16.5 inches wide. So when I fold it, it's going to give me 8¼ inch. All right, because I want it to be like 8 inches by the time I'm done sewing. So that is it. That is where I joined it, because it was really long. The length is 100 inches. So now the next thing we are going to do is that at the edge you're just going to come up by 2 inches, like you can see me do, and then you are going to connect it to the edge of the rope like that, and then you are going to cut it out. You are also going to do the same for the other edge of the rope, the other side of the rope. I'm sorry if my voice is sounding somehow. I have a cold and I'm just, you know, trying to create this content. I really have a cold. My nose is blocked. So please bear with me. I can't talk louder than this, but I hope you can hear me. So once I've done the slats on both sides, I'm just going to go ahead and sew with the 1/4 inch that I left. I'm just going to stitch it. So I've gone ahead to stitch it on one side like that, and I also stitched it all the way down. So I'm just going to, you know, turn it to the right side now. It is very wide, so it can be easily turned out. So once you are done turning it out, make sure that all the edges are out. You don't want anyone to be sticking inside. Alright, that is how your work will be very neat. You can take a pin like I will do now and just use it to, you know, bring out the edges of your rope. Alright, and then the other end that is open, you're just going to fold it like this. Fold one side, fold the other side, place it on top of each other, and then stitch it together like that. Let me do it again. You fold one side, you fold the other side, place it on top of each other, and then you stitch it, and that side will be neatly closed. So you are going to do that and give this a very nice press. So we are done with the rope. So the next thing is to work on the main bow. So you are just going to stitch the up and down part, that up and the down part, and you will leave the side open. You see, I've gone ahead to stitch the two sides, and I left that side open. So that is the side that is going to serve as our width. We are going to know that that is our width. All right, so I'm just turning it to the right side now. So after turning it to the right side, make sure that all the edges are, you know, out and neatly done. Then you are going to take your net. So that net, you are going to stitch it on one side just to hold the net together. You're going to stitch it on one side just to hold the net together before inserting it inside your bow. Basically, it's a bow. It's not yet a bow, but it's a bow. So you're going to stitch it on one side. I've done that, and now I'm going to insert it neatly into my bow. You can double this net if you want. You can make it two and then place the two inside the bow if you want it to give more volume and more bouncing effect. But this was also cool for me. But if you want to give it more volume, you can still make the net double. But this was also very nice, and it came out really beautiful. So now I'm trying to stick it inside neatly and making sure that it is laying really flat. So that is what I'm doing now. If you are not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe to my channel, like my videos, share with your family and friends, because this is a channel of beautiful people, right? And we do everything beautiful on here. You don't want to miss it. Thank you. So once that was done, you're going to fold it just the way we folded the open edge of the rope earlier, and then you're going to stitch it down. So I'm just going to do that now. I've done that, and I gave it a very nice press. So that is where we stitched. Don't mind this water you are seeing. It was water from my iron. I could not avoid that, and it's going to dry up later. So now the next thing you're going to do is to measure the full length of your fabric and measure out the midpoint so that we can know how to gather our bow. All right, so after measuring the midpoint, you're just going to gather it like this neatly. You see our bow is coming out really beautiful. Please make sure you gather it neatly. You have to be professional about it. Watch the way I did mine. I didn't just do it anyhow. I folded it stylishly so that it can create fold, and you see the net has given it a bouncy effect, and that is what we want. So once that is done, you get to take your needle and thread, and you're just going to stitch it down just to secure it in place so that it doesn't move around. All right, and that is what I'm doing right now. So you can just do it multiple times. Because you want it to be really firm. All right, you don't want it to just loose anyhow, so you want it to be really firm. So stitch it multiple times and secure your thread. So once that is done, you're just going to cut the thread off. I was trying to tie it here and the thread cut off, so it was time to leave it alone. So once that is done, you're going to take your rope now. As you can see, I've also ironed my rope neatly and flat. So you're going to take your rope, fold the two edges together, and then you're going to note the midpoint. So you're going to mark out the midpoint with your chalk. So after noting the midpoint, you take your bow and then you wrap it around the middle part like that. You wrap it around like that. Just fold it stylishly, as you can see me do, and then just wrap it around. You can also wrap it like twice, but I only did it once here because the length of the rope that I measured was not enough. I wanted the rope to be like 48 inches long, so I just did it once. So if you want to wrap it twice, you're going to add more fabric to it, and then I went ahead to stitch it at that point. Right, and our bow is ready. See how beautiful it's looking. This is really beautiful. You can place this on your dress anywhere you want, and it's going to come out really beautiful. Thank you guys for watching. Till I see you in my next tutorial, I want you to know that I love you and I care. Bye.